But we get, as per usual, we watch the first out lap and then the first flying lap of the first person over the line. Oh, out of the garage and then over the line. I think this time that will be Alu, so he will kick off the new season entirely. Exactly, Aman, exactly. Here we go. First lap of the new season. This time in quali, Alu's going to lead it out. Oh, and he's got immediately. Oh, he's got it, turn one. Got too much on the inside. I think Joe's going to be the next one up. Alu's lap is already done. Oh, the first lap of the new season is an atrocity to what we call a lap. Here we go. Joe is down to turn 3. Maybe Alu should go and have a look at driver 61 at the moment. Might help him out with some of that. Here we go. Joe through the end of the first sector goes into the chicane that starts off the second, and then into castle section. Keeps himself valid on the inside there. Goes up castle. So, real question we've got is how many safety cars or how many DNFs up castle here in Tier 1 this time round? I'm hyped for the new season. I'm hyped to be commentating Tier 1 for the new season. But I'm more hyped for doing Baku myself on Sunday. Because I have, I enjoy this track a lot. I'm not as good as these guys on it, obviously, otherwise I'd be in the tier, but I do like this track a lot. Joe coming down the straight now. Let's see what our very first benchmark of the season is. The AlphaTauri down to the line, 40 flat. I've enjoyed in secret. Oh, okay. So, in other words, I'm going on Baku time trial after this just to check what you've done. Bloodwave 39.8. Okay. So that's your first benchmark to immediately beat by just shy of 2 tenths actually. Samuel there in third, 130.1. Stable 140.3. Bambino 140.37 just behind. Ishmael 140.6 so the banker lap. He probably want to a little bit quicker than that. Donny and Swen a little bit further off the pace. What about Mitchell? BR4 for some reason is driving against someone up to the line. Up against the Mercedes. Nice is going into the pit. Looked like Mark's just done a 40.5. Hello, Oh, Blood's out. Bloodwave's out. Okay. Okay, so he's done a Charles Leclerc. He's in at Castle. We'll just have a look at see if Bambino can... Oh. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. My bad. Just keeping Yeah, no, you're fine. You're right. I forgot he was up there. Bloodwave in Castle. He's done a Charles Leclerc there. So the guy currently on provisional pole. I'm only going to assume and say there's going to be people doing quicker than that. Is YouTube broken? I think the ALR YouTube broken. My YouTube clearly isn't. Hence why we're here instead of on the actual main channel. I don't know what was happening. There seems to be quite the confusion in the league at the moment. Oh, that's a 39.8. Wow, Balia's got himself on provisional pole at the moment. Mitchell's coming in for an in lap now. What's Heidelberg doing? Is he doing a lap or is he coming in as well? He did a 140.194. Yeah, I don't know. The tier 3's having the same problem. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. He's seemingly fast here as well. top 15 for the first race. Heisenberg going down the final straight now, but I think he's going into pit. What about Alu? Alu is up by 2.5, well, down by 2.5 seconds. So I think that is everyone done their first round then. Everyone's done their banker laps. Bloodwave's not going to get another shot at it. He crashed into the wall and oh! Ake's done a slower shunt into the wall. He managed to keep everything and keep his car going. You're on low tire pressures, yeah. That's not too surprising. But you can change them mid-race. You change them in between qualifying and the race. That is something Parc Ferme doesn't touch. Yeah, Parc Ferme doesn't touch the before in between the qualifying and the race. So up to you to figure that one out. But 4th at the moment, not too bad. Got 5 people out on outlaps. Who's the closest to the line? Closest to the line is Samuel. Okay, let's go. Let's watch Samuel pull a lap then. Yeah, he's gone already. Already in the wall. He did a Charles Leclerc just on the inside of the corner instead of the outside. I think he might have shot at the same wall first. Yeah. Heartbreaking is one way to describe it. He's got to get it together, otherwise his night might be a very, very short one. And then again, at the same time, couldn't tell you. Yeah, okay, there you go. Just messaging Boomer back as we watch the lap from the Williams. So, down into turn 3, it's probably wise to make sure you don't get on the outside of that this time round, because if you do, then that the outside of the turn 3 is no longer flat. That's got the bump on the inside flat, so you can get right up to the wall if you need it. Ferrari getting out of the way of a few people. Oh, Samuel getting a little bit squirrely on the exit of the first corner in the castle section. And then up into the final, well, uphill he goes. And then down into the final sector. Shouldn't be that far away now. See if he can improve on his time. A 40.1 at the moment. He's probably looking to be around 39.5 if he wants to be on pole. Or there and thereabouts he is. A 10.5 quicker than his prior time. It would shift him up 1 position ahead of Joe until Joe gets over the line, I'm pretty sure. But regardless, it's not a bad place to be. Samuel showing pace to start with. Some of the guys here are new. 5 plays grid penalty for Bambino. Collision with Heisenberg. Hello, Logan. And oh, there you go. Provisional pole for Samuel. 39.761. It's not that much quicker. Joe is, oh my god, he's 3/4 of a second quicker. 1:39.3. Okay, so that's your lay down the mark. Bambino's got no front wing. Look about Mark's 0.2 quicker at the moment. Let's have a look at Nicer. Is he going to come up to the line now? Is he quicker, slower? What's going on with, well, can't be so. He hasn't set a time, but whereabouts is he going to put his time actually, though? It looks like it's a 42. Yeah, it's a 42. Not particularly quick. Let's have a look at Mark. Down the end of the second sector he goes. He is 0.8 up. Donny does a 40.4. Bambino currently going to start 13th. Unless someone else gets a collision penalty. But we've got 3 people ahead of Bloodwave now who honestly could start in finding himself starting in and around the 10th place mark. That's not great for him. 38, 39, 39.7 for Mark. Okay, Mark has a little bit of pace as well. We've seen some, yeah, Joe's just clear. Joe is clear, yeah, you're not wrong. It looks like Joe's going to have to crash for someone to beat him today. He is in a... Swen's not going quicker. Alu coming down to the line now. He's going a slight bit quicker, but it's pace that he's going to have to show himself later on. He's going to have to up his pace later on. And then you've got Mitchell there, 39.69. It's ever so slightly quicker than Mark, but it's quicker nonetheless. Nicer doing... Yeah, Joe's practiced a lot, I know. But like Nicer, it's not doing particularly quick at the moment. Donnie's not going anywhere either. Let's have a look where we are on people coming down. Swen's not doing a fast lap. Is a Red Bull doing a fast lap? Nope, the Red Bull's spinning. Ishmael's gone round there. That is quite unfortunate. I think it was just an in lap anyway. I'm not sure. If I can get it up on the normal channel later, I will put it up on the normal channel later, or get someone else to put it up on the normal channel later. If not, it stays here. It's staying here anyway, but I don't know. That's something like one of the more tech-savvy guys are going to have to answer, because I don't know the ins and outs of moving streams in particular across channels. Tier 5 pole is a 141.9. Yeah. Just a slight gap between Tier 5 and Tier 1 then. Let's have a look at Staber. I'm pretty sure he is the only one out doing a proper lap. I think Ake with his 39.5 over there in second. Currently just shy of 2 tenths away from Joe. No idea. It looked like Ross and Font are having similar problems to myself. Alu's come out for a lap. Oh! PJ, I don't know. I would assume Ross or Font's channel, unless they've managed to get stuff working. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't even know if there is a stream up for it. Staber, there you go. 7 times quicker. Don't apologise. It's part of, that's what I'm here for. You ask me questions. If you ask me questions, I'll try my best to answer them. That's the whole point of me being here. But Staber, it looked like he'd got to go into the pits. He was 7 temps up. I assume that's just an assurance that he's going to be the first, going to be able to get an extra lap. But I personally would have just taken that one. I would have put him above Bloodwave at the very least. Everyone looks to be rather competitive. Thank you, PJ. But yeah, everyone seems to be rather competitive at the moment. BR4 Nicer is going to have to put up laps at some point. Dalu actually out on a lap? I don't know, but an Alfa Romeo parked up at turn 3. Gone wide, that's BR4. What's Alu doing? Clearly not anything strong. I see it on his lap now. It looked like everyone, the camera angle is awful, because it looked like everyone's clipping the inside from there. As for what Alu's actually doing for his sector times, we're about to find out. Coming down into sector 2, the end of sector 2 now, and not quite into any sort of traffic, because everyone seems to be spreading around. He is 9 tenths of a second quicker than his time, would put him ahead of Bloodwave, so it looked like Bloodwave's going to get out-qualified by almost everyone on the grid at this rate. Alu coming down the straight. Where is he going to put it? Is his last lap of qualifying. It is his last shot. It's going to be 39.882, which is 7 thousandths quicker than Bloodwave. That's nice of doing. Yellow flag. That's not Ishmael, is it? No, it's not. Nice, it's behind Ishmael. So, Ishmael is the one we're going to watch. Whether or not he gets caught up in traffic coming through the end of his lap is a different question here. Yellow flag is just going to be Alu parking up and letting people through. I'm guessing Ishmael up through Castle now. Doesn't hit any walls, seems to get a good exit. Doesn't get a good exit on the following corner though. He's a little bit squirrely, lost probably about a tenth there. With the bad exit, a little bit of a traction problem, I think. A little bit of clipping the inside of the curb there. He's the first one over the line. You've got Nicer following him, and I think that's Sven following him back. Or that's either Williams, that or Williams. I'm not actually entirely sure. Yellow flag in sector 2. It's just Alok going through. Here comes Ishmael down to the line. Staber's finished his qualifying at 40.3, so Bloodwave actually out-qualified somebody. Ishmael down to the line. He sets himself a 40.06. It's not quicker than Bloodwave. Let's have a look at what Nice is doing. 40.8. Not particularly strong. And Samuel there, 39.312. Sorry to get you going over the line, but that's a strong, strong lap. Let's see if Joe can take it. Well, going later, it looked like a bunch of people have either screwed up their laps and have caught up to each other too nicely. The Bambino does a 40.2, which isn't quick enough at all. BR4 here, 9.1 seconds down. Would put him at a 41, or 40.9 even. It's 40.3, puts him 11th. Should see people starting to come over the line properly now. Let's see Mark over the line. Mark isn't quicker. Let's have a look. See if Miss Swen's gone 6th. So let's see if Mitchell goes over the line any quicker. He gets his toe. He's up into 3rd. Let's see if the Aston Martin can do anything about it. He's not. He's coming into the pit. So Joe is on his own. He is effectively the last one. Is it him or is it Samuel? Up to the line. Joe is a little bit quicker at the moment. Up to the line, Joe. Joe, and he's on pole. A 39 flat. He's on pole by just shy of 3/10 of a second. And there's no stopping this man today. The practice he did earlier on is evidently paying off. Samuel put him up a good fight in qualifying. So hope he puts up just as good of a fight in the race. Mitchell and Ake is going to be the ones on your second row. Looks like Heidelberg and Mark fill out your 3rd. Joe just getting it done right at the end. The last one over the line, and it doesn't matter where you are over the line as long as you get the time. And he has done that in sensational fashion. The AlphaTauri on pole. The first pole of the new season goes to Joe and the AlphaTauri team. His teammate down in 11th. So there's a very conflicting set of positions. Bambino's going to start from the back after his penalty with Heisenberg. Samuel hopefully can put up a good fight to Joe into turn 1 and beyond. He lines up on the front row with him. Mitchell lined up in 3rd, hoping to get himself in on the action. A lot can happen. Turn 1 at Baku is always chaos. Turn 2 at Baku usually isn't much better. So there's certainly an exciting race to come. In the meantime, you get to watch this giant green pole, and I think it would be a good time for me to just name drop a couple of sponsors. You've got drivers. I name drop Driver61 as I name dropped earlier. Is a YouTube course and everything like that about racing. Go and check out. And also an eBay if you want to get some of the games coming up. I know certain games, Madden, FIFA, those kind of things from EA coming out soon. F1 Manager coming out as well. So there's you can go and get games there, discount codes and everything for what you need gaming wise. But apart from that, I think I've done enough shilling. I've done enough shilling. Let's go and do proper rating. Let's do the formation lap. Formation lap is rather different this year. I know everyone who's played the F1 game with formation lap on will know that. Anyone done any race practice will also know that at this point in time. Tyres. So you've got Ishmael and Bloodwave going on the softs, which I can only assume would be a soft to medium strategy. Everyone else seems to be on the ballpark of a medium hard. Whilst the medium soft or soft medium is definitely possible around here, I'm not entirely sure it's the sensible strategy to go. Maybe I'll be proven wrong in time. Safety cars are obviously going to shake that up even further. But it is what it is. We are going to see as we go along. Whether or not safety cars are going to have a vital role in this one. Tyres. Yeah, all that. Put the telemetry. That's nice. My remote just disconnected. Apologies for the slight inconvenience there. Remote just died for about 5 seconds. But thanks for sticking with the stream so far. 26 laps around Baku. I don't think there's going to be rain. But things can change as we go along. Do really appreciate you guys just spending your Thursday night with me at this point in time, because you know I'm going to hype up your bro. But yeah, it's quite nice to see a lot of people to actually come in and join us here. So Bambino starts on the back, nicer, and Staber also there, the back four, and here we go. Here comes the amount of disqualifications for people and not edging up to their grid box and deciding to go too quick and going too far over the top of their grid box for a first race of the season with a new function in I think like the pit formation lap. I'm surprised. Here we go. First race of the season, 5 red lights, and it's lights out. Away we go. Who's got the best start here? And it doesn't look like the front two got off to very good starts. Oh, Jones got clear though. Turn one. Are we going to get carnage? We are going to get carnage. Ake's gone round. Ake's now at the back. It looks like he had a collision in turn one. It's not particularly great news for him. We've got 2 and 3 wide. There's a Ferrari and a McLaren there. Or is it Alfa Romeo and McLaren, sorry, getting caught on each other in turn 2, going down into turn 3. We've got people going side by side. The Alpine covers over the Red Bull. And, well, that could have gone... It could have gone horribly wrong for a lot of people, but it did go horribly wrong for Ake in turn 1. It's the only one that actually went round. Everyone else seems to have kept their car relatively stable. The Mercedes back there just losing a position, a little bit unstable coming out of the chicane and now into the hairpin, the corner before Castle. It looks like the Alfa Romeo's absolutely clipped the wall, and oh, we're going too wide through Castle. That's not a great idea. Heidenberg lost his front wing, and well, the longer he keeps going like that, the more damage he's going to cause to the rest of the cars around him. Ishmael trying to close up to Swen in front of him, who currently sits in 5th, taking advantage of what he's had in front of him so far. Heidenberg's going to have to go in and get a pit stop immediately. It looked like Joe almost a second clear already. And the longer we go, it looked like the longer it plays into Joe's hands. We didn't get a safety car on lap 1 of the new season. Ishmael and Sven, 2 wide back there, and Ishmael with the slipstream is just going to make quick work of Sven in the Alpine. He does it pretty nicely. It looked like Sven's teammate's going to have a go at him as well. Bloodwave just nearly shoves Sven into the wall there, and it lined him up nicely for Alu. Nice, and Staber behind into turn 2. Nice, had to go cut the inside a little bit, let Staber go on and drops a few positions in the process. Just trying to make sure we get a good oh, Nice has just clipped into the back of the Haas. It looked like the Aston Martin may have just made contact as well. Arcade gone through. And so Arcade up into 14th now after his turn 1 unfortunate spin. The top 4 still not breaking DRS. DRS will come in on the next lap. We're going to actually go to the middle of the field here. They go through Castle. See if any of them could shovel up. Oh, Heisenberg's out! It looked like Alu and Donny had something there. And I think that might be something getting called out there. Heisenberg's crashed in the Castle section. I'm trying to figure out if something has been called out here. It doesn't look like it has. It cleared it pretty nicely. Okay, so reduced means that's not a safety car, even though that car is basically stranded in the middle of Castle. And I'm almost certain if that was real life, you'd get one immediately. Maybe even a red flag. Mark trying to close down on Samuel now, as Samuel has not got DRS for when they go into turn 2 here, and Sven and Alu going at it. Sven on the inside, gonna get caught up. Alu's gonna hold his position there. Time for some DRS. Mark's gonna be the first recipient of it. Let's see if anything can happen. Arcade's gonna have a good shot with it as well. Same with Bambino on Staber. Nothing happening down into turn 3. Sven also not able to do anything on Alu into turn 3. Anything further down? It looked like the Haas and the Aston Martin are going to go at it. The Aston Martin into turn 3. The inside line has gotten the position up to 12th he goes, as he looks to make a comeback drive from what was a very unfortunate turn 1. Bambino still hugging onto the back of him. It looked like Samuel has got back within DRS range, but unfortunately the next DRS range is the straight heading down into lap 4. Is he going to be able to keep himself inside of it? He looked like he's closing the gap to Joe for the moment in time. Don't know if Joe just letting off for a small while. Ishmael and Bloodwave, the 2 soft runners. Oh, it looked like Samuel got a little bit all out of sorts there, and might open the door for Mark and Mitchell behind him. Never want to be third or 4th in a DRS train. Never usually a good sign. Voice is a little bit croaky on me today for some reason. Samuel has DRS on Joe. His time is going to come in. How close though? It doesn't look like it's coming in anywhere near close enough. It's within half a second though, or not. Just about half a second actually got down to. Down we go. Donny going to have any shot at it? No. BR4's going to come into pit, and the Alfa Romeos are not having a good day. Ake and Staber not quite able to do anything yet. Ake alongside Staber. Ake goes on through into turn 2. And up into 10th. His comeback drive is starting pretty nicely. Donny not able to do anything with the DRS. Same with Samuel into turn 3. Looks like Bloodwave is just hanging on to the back of Ishmael where we're at. I've had a little bit of a grid shake-up. 1 DNF from 4 laps is certainly better than what I thought for the first competitive race for the season. Mitchell and Mark are going to go at it now through Castle. It was 1/4 second, and the Ferrari just drops off a slight little bit, and Mark's got to get a move on, otherwise he's going to lose his DRS when yellow flag in sector 2. What's happened to Sven? He's going to drop quite the number of positions. He's also going to clip Staber on the way through on his re-entry. And Ake is definitely clear now. Samuel is getting really close. And that fight, we might... there's 5 seconds for ignoring a yellow flag for Ake. Don't know what the yellow flag... overtaken under yellow flag was probably on Sven, but Sven's the one who caught it. Yeah, the Zoss are already losing a lot. They do. That's why I said it was not very viable. Samuel looked for the move. He looked for it. He certainly tried to make something work there, but he's going to get DRS again into turn 3. He might actually give a proper fight here to Samuel. Samuel's going to give a proper fight to Joe here. He's a little bit too far back, sorry, into turn 3. It looked like Bloodwave and Sven have pit. Bloodwave mediums will well and truly not go to the end. I think the soft and medium strategy was a bad idea. If I'm just Bloodwave, I take those mediums and go on to hards when the time comes. And hopefully pray for a safety car because your race might be done already. Samuel is hooking the back of Joe at the moment. It is really allowing for Mark and Mitchell to have their own shots when they get the chance. All 4 of these guys still within the DRS of the person in front of them. Bambino, the only other one within DRS range, this time on Staber. Ake's got a clear 5-second gap. As you've got a bunch of people coming into the... I don't know what happened with the Tier 3 race. Someone said that it hasn't started. Samuel's got some good pace. Samuel's setup was definitely, he said it in chat. Not that long ago, he said it in qualifying. His setup for that he had at qualifying was definitely poisoning better for the race, and all 4 of them looking for something there. All 4 of them pretty much identically split. As they go through turn 2 and into turn 3 they go. Ake gets the fastest lap so far. Yeah, I don't know. I know there isn't a stream for Tier 3. I don't know if they've gone off. I don't think they have. It's about 0.3 of a second here of Mitchell and Mark. The top 4, look at this. The DRS train for top 4, and none of these guys have given up. You see the soft runner there just tailed off the back. Bambino and Staber are going at it. They go through turn 3, and it looked like a nice move to the inside there by Bambino, who's also had to have a... Oh, Staber in the wall. Staber just hit a wall there, I think. I think Staber's just lost a bit of his front wing. Could be wrong. It looked like his front wing's fine, but I don't know if he got any proper damage to that. It looked like he hit the wall there. I don't think he does. I don't think Joe has any damage to his car whatsoever at the moment. His car looks pretty fine. He's not been able to pull away. Samuel's been pretty much to the back of him the entire way through. He's still got 60% ERS. Both still have 60-odd% ERS. So ERS is not going to play the biggest role in this either. Here we go. DRS. I assume the ERS is about to go on as well. Oh, no, never mind. He's going to hold himself behind Joe again. He could have had him there. But he's going to wait one more lap, possibly. And the 2 behind him are still sticking within DRS range of him. And honestly, Mark is the surprise package for me. The last game, you could see him in Tier 1. He would always be hanging onto the back of everything and... well, to the back of the entire grid is his main position. But this time, it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. He's up here with the front 4, and Mitchell's got to get a move on. And Ake on Donny this time. Ake on the inside. He really loved the inside of turn 3. And he's going to get himself up to 7. He has a 5-second penalty, so he's going to do an awful lot of anything. He's got to get a move on Ishmael. Now really realizing that those soft tires was a bad idea. as they go over the corner before Castle, and into Castle we go. We had a two-wide Castle earlier, and that almost ended in chaos. Might get another one at some point during this race. Staber currently last on softs, which is certainly interesting. Hard soft medium maybe for Staber. If you're on a two-stop, I think you're praying for a safety car at this point. Because actually, Staber got damaged. Yeah, never mind. Staber got damaged. So I was right in thinking so. And here we go. This is it. This is what we were expecting at the end of last lap. There goes the ERS on. There goes the DRS on. And it looks like Samuel's going to go by Joe. And he does into turn one. And he gets the move done. Let's see if Samuel can break away now as the Red Bull and the Ferrari just painfully hanging on to the back of these two in front. Not really making anything work, but still giving themselves half a chance. Joe with the DRS going into turn 3 is not going to be able to do anything. It looked like Samuel might have just actually got the position for the rest of the lap. Looks like Ishmael has finally gone into the pits. He's done a soft to hard, okay. Probably makes more sense. Still probably wouldn't have used the soft at all, but we'll get a reference point later when everyone goes on to their hard tyres. Yep, Bloodwave's fighting back, but we're going to continue for the eyes we have on the current battle for the lead, because it is quite an interesting one at the moment. 46% for Mitchell. Mark's not using up his ERS at all, and he's certainly in the best position ERS wise. Oh, Joe's all over the place there. Oh, and he's going to open the door for Mark. Yeah, the software poor call. It's a very poor call. We did practice races. He knew that that soft tire was not going to do anything, so he had his mistake in qualifying. He amplified the mistake by another mistake with a strategy, and never really get the result you want when you make multiple mistakes in such a short span of time. It doesn't look like Joe fully went for that. As we go into turn 2 now. 4 still hanging on to the front of this race. Alu in 5th, currently 9 seconds off the pack. And Ake slowly closing in behind him. Nice Bloodwave and Nicer. Let's have a look. Bloodwave with the DRS and the... Well, he didn't look like he was using ERS there as he goes through turn 1. He certainly got Nicer there as well. Swen currently sits at the back. Staber got on through. Oh, there's a spin there. Samuel's gone. Samuel's in the wall. Oh, no. Oh, and he's done so well so far in this race. And Samuel. Oh, Samuel. That is not the way you wanted your first race to go. It was going so well. He got the chicane, and the only thing I could think of, he got too much to the inside of the chicane, and then too much on the outside curb, and gone spinning as a result, and I'm pretty sure that's a full safety car. No, it's a virtual safety car. Okay, no, never mind. I can't tell on the top of my screen whether it is or isn't a safety car. I have to look at the fucking flashing board to the side of the track. But that allows for Mark, Joe and Mitchell. And of all the things Samuel could have done while leading, that might be the worst. Yellow flag in sector 2 as well. It looks like Sun and Staber. Going into turn 1, DRS has now been re-enabled, and now it's going to allow for Mark to go at Joe. Joe no longer has the DRS, and it's going to open this race up for Mitchell and Mark. Joe could just be a sitting duck here. If I'm Mitchell and I'm Mark, I'm fancying where I am at the moment, because I am in a... I'd be very happy. Being in second! What the hell was that? That's not how that's meant to work. Mark had a little bit of an error on the outside of turn 3, and lagged back into Mitchell, I think. And Samuel's going to have to go to pit. Onto the hard tide he goes. Staber's going onto the hard tires as well. Oh, he's gone onto the medium tires probably, actually. Oh, wait, another set of softs? What the hell happened there? Yellow flag in sector 1. Who's the yellow flag? Yellow flag might be Samuel. Not sure what happened there. But Mark's out of the DRS of Joe now. And all of a sudden, Joe might have a free shot at winning this race now. Samuel had such a good start. He fended off Joe pretty nicely. He also put himself in a nice position at the front of the grid. Oh, it looked like Mark just glanced the edge of that Tech Pro there. And Mark's not going to get DRS. At this point, Joe's going to be clear. And what we had as a close race before, four-way close race, and really just going to disappear, I think, here. It's going to head straight into a two-horse race for second, and Joe out in front. At this point, Joe seemingly has a better, just a better race pace than Mark does. Hey, Ren. Yes, Joe. Mark's just about hanging in. He is just about hanging in, and I will give him credit for doing so. As for how long he hangs in there for is a different question. He's teetering on the edge of the DRS. The DRS doesn't come back into play until the end of the third sector. He is teetering on the edge, but Joe seemingly in the clear. Yellow flag in sector 1. Oh, he's gone again. Yeah, he's gone again. Samuel is all over the place. He had such a great start, had one spin, and I don't think there's a recovery from there. His race has gone severely downhill. 13th, he's realistically hoping for the safety car now. Here comes Mark. He's going to get DRS. We aren't out of it yet. Mitchell's going to get DRS as well, and maybe, just maybe, we're going to slip. Actually, it's Mitchell getting DRS. Mitchell is not getting DRS. Oh, okay then. Mitchell's going to come into the pits actually now as it goes onto the hard tyre. Mark is going to hold himself in with Joe, and now it's just a two-horse race. Let's see if Mark can actually make anything happen here. Ake up into 4th, up into 3rd at both the Ferrari pits. That might be a bit of a nuisance. Not sure you should have pitted both at the same time. Would probably have gone an extra lap. Oh, Joe's got a little bit out of sorts there through the chicane. Out of turn 4, Mark could have a shot here. If he can corner better than Joe, he's going to have a shot coming out of Castle. Oh, he's looking for his shot now before he even get to Castle. And Mark, the surprise package. Holding himself together at the moment. Mitchell's pitted, so he comes out in 4th. Looked a little bit laggy there, but Mark a little bit out of sorts on the edge of the corner, and Samuel's retired from the session in the pits. You know, looked so good, just went so horribly wrong. But Joe is probably going to be thanking his lucky start that the pit stops are coming up, because Mark is flying. Mark is well and truly flying here. Is he going to be able to do anything with less than half a second between them? Are they going into the pits? Or are they just going to Mark into the pits? Joe's staying out. Well then, that's the split strategy going between those two. And that makes our race a lot more interesting, because now when does Joe come in? Does he come in next lap to cover off Mark? Does he stick to a strategy? Is he trying a medium soft? There's a lot of questions to find here. Ake's going to follow them into the pits. And it looks like Bloodwave is going to haul himself, up into 5th, but how long until those medium tyres go, I do not know. I don't think he's going to have a lot of pace at the end of the race either. Bambino closing in on Mitchell. Mitchell 1.6 seconds behind Mark. 1.4, 1.3. The cold tyres are not going to help Mark here whatsoever as he goes weaving down the straight to help him out. 18 seconds. Did anyone pay attention to these pit stops of Joe there? But with Mark weaving, those cold hards are definitely killing Mark at the moment. Mitchell's going to have him right where he wants him, out the edge of Castle. Joe's got to do the same thing with if he goes onto the hards. If he goes onto the softs, then those mediums are going to die by the time he even gets there. So we could have a very, very interesting strategy race pretty much from here on out. We'll have some fighting on the actual track, but I think more of the fighting is going to come in what you chose as a strategy at the start of the race. It's lap 7. How are we past tier 5 already? I can't see the rest of that because I've not got YouTube chat up. Let me go on. Mitchell's going to be fighting yellow flag in sector 2. Oh, there's the Alfa Romeo doing a Charles Leclerc as Mitchell goes past Mark. The yellow flag's been cleared up. It looks like BR4 is going to continue on. Mark's going to lose the position. Yep, and it's BR4 the one that caused it. Bambino's coming to the pits now. Been 2 safety cars in tier 5. And yeah, Mark lost over 2 seconds. He lost the position of Mitchell as well. So, is Joe going to a medium soft? At this point, I think he would be. I think he would be because a yellow flag in sector 3 and BR4 is out. BR4 is out. The Tech Pro safety car. It's virtual safety car. That's so annoying. Can you tell me whenever it's a virtual safety car? We need that back. It's virtual safety car. That's our second one. Is it going up to a full safety car? Because if it's going to a full safety car, then RIP the position for Joe, I think. It's not going to a full safety car, and this virtual safety car goes to the end, and Joe's going to happily pit. Or he would pit if he got common sense. Stabler's got a drive-through, and it's not going to go till Joe goes into the pit. So here we go again. Mitchell lost quite a lot of time. He's going to gain back about a second of that immediately, but he lost a decent chunk of time. And well, 18.5 seconds, so it's gone back to what it was before. Mark is going to hold on to the back of Mitchell as he's still fighting for his podium. He's been fighting since the start, and he doesn't look like he's giving up so easy. Is Joe going in? Joe's not going in. So he is doing a medium soft strategy because he's way too late to put the hards on. I don't know if that makes sense. I genuinely don't think that's going to make sense. We saw how awful those softs were at the beginning of the race. They dropped off quite quickly, and if the same happens to Joe, then I guess that would be advantage Mitchell and Mark. And here we go, a move into turn 3. And Mark's just overshot it by a country mile, and Mitchell's going to take the position back immediately. Mark is quite lucky that he didn't send himself diving straight into a wall. And he's going to have to fight. He's just lucky at this point to live to have another battle at another time. He should not have lived to see another day there. Donny, 0.6 of a second back on Bambino. Only 2 away from actually finishing the race with every person gets a finish, gets a point. Arcade in 7th after a solid recovery drive at the moment. Not sure it's as great as Bloodwave, but Bloodwave probably still has a pit to go. Joe, 14 lap old mediums. Mitchell closing in that time now. I'm pretty sure the pit stop, it would be nice to know the pit stop gap if they had like what you have in usual F1, but Oh, Joe's coming in now. So Mitchell's going to go by. They're on the straight now. Which colour is it? Is it red or white? The red is going on. He's going to do 10 laps on that soft tyre. Medium soft maybe? Because that is an audacious strategy. I'm not sure that's going to work. Oh, there's the softs on the tyre of the AlphaTauri. Will get by both the guys on the hards pretty quickly. Oh, it's really, really close here. I don't know if Joe's gonna... I don't think Joe's made a smart choice. I assume it's 5 laps apiece on multiple softs, but the 18 seconds... I don't think he gets 18 seconds worth of time over both tyres, but... It's interesting. It's certainly interesting. Mark and Mitchell's going to fight it out, and these two probably not wanting to fight it out at the moment. Save it for later when Joe inevitably has to pit again. As for these, 10 laps on soft. If he is not stopping again, I'm going to question that strategy because it would be a hell of a poor choice. We saw the softs earlier, 6 laps and they were gone. 6, maybe 7, if you could push them, but 10 is going to be a huge ask. And I think it's a huge ask Joe is not going to win. Joe's going to use the DRS anyway. And he's going to use possibly ERS, try and get himself gone alongside Mark. Even with every piece of help, Mark's going to hold him off. Oh, and there's a collision into turn 1! Oh, Joe has gone too far to the outside and he hit Mark! And then he just sent it down the inside, he's hit Mark on the inside. There was no space on the outside for Joe in turn 1, there's no space on the outside for Mark in turn 2. Joe just sending it there, I don't know if that was wise at all, and well... that is advantage Mitchell, I guess, because that could not have gone worse for Joe and Mark if it tried. Well, Mark holds the position, but as for how much longer is the question, but I'm pretty sure that avatar at the moment on Samuel's YouTube is pretty apt of how he's probably feeling right now. And Joe's going to go on through on Mark, maybe in this corner, maybe down the straight. He's not going to do it through the corner. He's not going to get him downhill here either, unless he sends him again. And we saw how that happened in turn 2. I'd assume there's wing damage of some sort. There was no space on the outside of turn 1, Joe into the wall and then into the side of Mark, and then, well, going tit for tat pretty much in as a result of turn 2. And Joe's going down the inside of Mark and, well, hitting Mark quite blatantly and almost spinning himself, but Joe's going to go on through here into turn 1. He actually gets the move done this time. There is a interesting steward's decision coming, I think. Went early on the throttle. Ah, okay. I originally thought it was too much curb on the inside of the chicane, and that's what caused the problem. But yeah, it's certainly advantage Mitchell at the moment. Also, Joe's stint on these softs has not been one that he has enjoyed so far, because the fighting has not gone too well at all either. Stewards are probably going to have a decision to make there. That turn 1, turn 2 incident probably not going down nice with either driver. Oh. God, the camera angles make it look a little bit worse than it was. We've still got three drivers fighting for a race win here. This is absolutely insane. I think had Samuel not got on the throttle too early, put himself in a wall, that would have... Oh, Mitchell's gone a little bit... Never mind, Mitchell had a little bit of a mistake there on the throttle. On the downhill left, and... Well, he's going to get DRS immediately. He's going to put on the ERS as well, so he's going to give him a... He's going to have a go at him again straight away. Joe and Mitchell, they're going to be alongside each other. Now Mitchell's going to be in front into turn 1, and he's going to have the position back into turn 2. We go. Joe's going to go again. He's clearly trying it a more safer way than he did with Mark. Not really benefit him an awful lot. It's a 2-stop strategy for Blood, who's gone on to another set of softs. Mitchell's going to just hold his position for as long as he can here now. And the longer this happens, the longer that Mitchell does that, the worse it is for Joe, because his tyres are going to fall off a cliff toward the end of this race, and those hard done, definitely not. I think, Rigo, I think you might be slightly right with that one, getting squeezed into turn 1. Because Mark certainly had the ability to go down the inside, and if you go down the inside, it's usually not the greatest. You compromise your line. You do compromise your line a lot. There's a yellow flag, and I think that might be Blood. It is Blood Wave. He's in the wall, and he's come back on track right in front of the AlphaTauri as well, and Blood's in the wall now, so I think he's just lost his front wing. But yeah, you compromise your line into turn 1, you go a little bit wide, it's not going to help if there's someone alongside, and then into turn 2, you go down the inside. If you don't get that right, you're getting it wrong, and if you get it wrong, you're hitting someone. So, I could understand the stewards thinking that's 6 in one, half a dozen in the other. I could definitely understand that. There's still 3 guys right on the... They're right on the back of each other, and they're not really creating any sort of separation. Ishmael currently in 4th, 13 seconds back, so these are the only 3 we've got to worry about for the lead anyway, and probably the podium to go alongside it. Mitchell looked for the move back into turn 3, he's not going to get it. It is a lovely fight between the 3 of them. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving the fight between the 3 of them. If we get this every single week, throw Samuel back in the mix and maybe not making the rookie mistake he did earlier in the race, and we might have a really, really entertaining championship. Oh, Joe did the wall! Joe did the wall! He's done a Charles Leclerc! And he did the wall! And that is a virtual safety. Oh my God, please put up the increase. How is that not a safety car? Oh my God, Joey did the wall. You see the end of the... You see it there. And as soon as I say that's the only thing we've got to worry about in terms of a podium finish, the race leader to the Charles Leclerc into the beginning of Castle, right into the beginning of Castle, just shunts his car straight into it. And is out of the race entirely. And what was going so well for Samuel at the beginning of the race, got to the front, and then makes a rookie mistake into the wall. Hands Joe a position at the front, and then you go Joe to the front, and then he's handed Mitchell and Mark a straight one-on-one battle till the end of the race. That is incredibly unfortunate for Joe. That is incredibly unfortunate for Samuel earlier on, and 2 of the front runners for the title making judgment errors, possibly ridiculous, just rookie mistakes by the looks of it. I'll have a talk with Joe later on, but oh, that is unfortunate for Joe. That is really unfortunate for Joe. I have no idea how the hell that's not a full safety car. Also gone again, by the way. Ishmael's been granted a podium at the moment by default. That has to be the way that I saw, because Well, yes, at least 2 red flags. The 2 at Castle, 100% would be a red flag. Probably get a virtual safety car, possibly for the incident with Samuel just before Castle. Possibly 1 for BR4 as well. So we should have at least had, if it was real life, we'd have 2 red flags and 2 virtual safety cars, I reckon. But we should have had at the very least 2 full safety cars here. Here we go, down into the first corner we head. Down the full length straight here at Baku. All the way to the start finish. And here lap 22 awaits. That is... Wow, the title fight has... Well... Certainly been interesting in race number 1. Mitchell and Mark are going to fight for the lead of the championship. Coming out of Baku. Here we go, the Red Bull going the long way round. But he's not going to get it done. Down the inside goes the Ferrari and he holds the position. Mitchell at the front. Joe, yeah, the Joe one was... There's been some unfortunate mistakes, but I think you would have expected that coming into the first race of the season. Joe was heavily tipped as one of the guys for the title. I know throughout the field anyway. Mark and Mitchell are going to be the ones to fight out who's first and second in the championship, unless these two are going to come to blow before the end of this race. Ake up into 4th now as he's going to hunt down Ishmael for the final podium spot. But nobody has realistically been on the same level as that front 4 so far today. That front 4 has been immaculate until mistakes said otherwise. Williams and AlphaTauri being on the wrong end of them. We've got 4 laps till the end of the race now, and it looks like that Red Bull is wilting. It's wilting off at this point. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to hold himself close enough. He's still going to get DRS though. DRS is starting to hit towards empty. Going to close back into the going back to Mitchell. Oh, Mark almost having his own incident at turn 1 there. Almost having a moment at turn 1, and he had a moment at turn 1 there. I think Mitchell would have been handed the race by well, quite the margin. Here we go, as we have it, still half a tenth sat here between Mark and Mitchell. These two going to fight for the win in the first race of the season on the new game. The first race of the new season. The first race on the new game had been full of drama from start to finish. Bloodwave and Bambino been engrossed in the title for the fight for the win of the Grand Prix. These two are going at it. Looks like Blood on the soft tyres is going to be able to hold off for long enough. Ake has definitely fought his way back through. Mark 8.5 tenths of a second now is yellow flag in sector 1. I can't see because of the YouTube though, because it looked like Donny in the day for the AlphaTauri just goes from bad to worse. What's happened there? It looked like some carbon fiber may have just come off. I'm not sure. But Ake is going to fight Ishmael for that final step of the podium. There's a few fights going on here. Bambino and Bloodwave, Ake and Ishmael for the final step, and then the battle for the lead of the race. The real question is who's going to take Ishmael's hards off 5 laps older. Ake has DRS, and I think he might have the position as well at the end of this straight. He had his spin at turn 1, but I don't think he's going to be denied the podium today. He would have been, unless apart from Joe and Ake decided to be pretty respectful there, going very much to the inside and staying to the inside of turn 1, allow Ishmael the space there. Ishmael's going to go and fight back. Still a fight there between Mitchell and Mark as we go on to we're a bit halfway through lap 24 now. 2.5 laps left of the Grand Prix. Ishmael's going to fight for his last step on the podium. The two at the front are going to fight. And it's been a good day for constructors wise for the Red Bulls and the Ferrari at the moment. So it looks like we're going to have a constructors fight anyway, similar to real life. I think the Ferrari's gonna, the Ferrari might have enough. Ishmael drops out of DRS, and it looked like Mark has dropped out of DRS as well. 48% for Mitchell. The ERS on that Ferrari. If I'm Mitchell, I'm starting burning it now. And I was right, because he's gone on now. Down the straight we go. Mark is going to have DRS, so the battle isn't done yet. This is going to go all the... It's not on performance mode. Well, if there's a performance mode and there's an Aston Martin in third, the rest of the grid is royally screwed. Aston Martin would not be third. And here we go. Down into turn 3 we head. Still got DRS on that Red Bull. Ferrari's going to have enough ERS to hold him off. No wall banging there. We could have still have quite the close fight. Everyone else is too spaced out now, and everyone behind Mark and Mitchell is going to end where they are without a mistake anyway. As we go into Castle for the second to last time, Mitchell and Mark fighting for the lead of the race. No mistakes through Castle this time. We've already seen Castle claim quite a number of people. But this time it's not going to be one more. 9 tenths. It's heading towards 9.5 tenths. Up towards the second. Is he going to break that DRS? He's going to continue to break that DRS if Mark keeps getting close to the wall. What happened to Joe? He crashed in there. He did a Charles Leclerc. He did a Charles Leclerc up in Castle. Right in front of Mitchell. Mitchell almost got cleared by it as well. You missed. You missed quite a lot. Mark's got DRS again. He is closer this time. Is he going to be able to push? The gap going to go down to about half a second. It's going to be within half a second actually as they go through turn 1. Mark is holding his own. They're gonna have he's gonna have DRS again through this straight. He's right on the back of that Ferrari. He can taste the win, but can he get it? Or is that Ferrari just gonna go over the line and drag the car over the line at this point? He's been hunted down. Honestly, that's been hard to tell. That's been hard to tell. I'm not going to lie to you, because I would have said Joe had Joe got in front, but Joe had an incident with Mark and then had an incident in Castle as well. Samuel had a good shot at the beginning of the race, but between these two have quite literally been neck and neck the entire way. So picking a better driver at the moment between these two is not an easy job. But if I was going to go with one, I'd probably just say Mitchell for the sake that he's probably going to hold this home. Here we go. As we head into the final sector, one last time, as we see Staber just in front of the two protagonists here. 9 tenths of a second. I don't think Mark has enough. 8 tenths of a second. It's still 8 tenths of a second. And they're going, Staber's been lapped, down to the line, and Mitchell's going to win the first race of the season. Here at Baku, Mark put up a stellar fight the entire way through. It's just in turn, just did not have enough to win today. Down the line, up into the final step of the podium comes Ake after quite the redemption drive from spinning at turn 1, gets up to 3rd on the grid. Ishmael's going to have to settle for 4th after possibly picking the wrong strategy and having to reflect on that later on. Alu sits for 5th. Bambino gets 6th. Bloodwave gets 7th after multiple crashes and literally crossing the line without a front wing. Marlino is going to come over in 8th. Donny's going to come over in 9th, which solidified what was a so close but yet so far day for the AlphaTauris. Swen's going to come home in the final point place. And that was one hell of a race. We might have a good title fight this season. Obviously, there's a couple missing from the race today, but hold down, we could have a good fight. I thoroughly enjoyed watching that. That was one hell of a start. Well, who's down for, what, 11 more of that? Because I sure as hell am. I hope we get that kind of racing every single week. That had everything. That had championship protagonists crashing out. That had incidents in turn 1, incidents between the possible championship protagonists. And then after all that, both the top guys separated by less than a second. And that, he had 10 finishes on the lead lap. Let's see what Discord's having a look at. Do people want to see interviews? I feel like that's something we usually do here. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can get people in. There was everything in that, from just all over the place, from start to finish. But my God, did that make my job a lot easier and a lot more interesting. That was one hell of a race. Let's see if we get any interviews. Let's see. Let's see if I got a couple that let's see if I can find my party from last time out. Can I find my last one? My interview one? I'm pretty sure that's my interview party. Yeah. Right. Doing just wait for Mitchell to get in. You can get any POVs you need from theatre. If you need. From the theatre thing in game. Did I put my stream on share party audio? I hope I did. It would be. F1 Live. Can you guys hear Mark and well, Mitchell when he eventually speaks? Because I can't remember if I did or didn't. I don't know if I did or didn't put mine on originally. Yeah, no, that's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking if people can hear. I have. Wait, can they hear you? Because people are here saying they can't hear people. No, right. I'll restart this stream then and put it on with audio. That makes sense. It won't be. It won't be because I'm pretty sure I haven't put it on from the start because I weren't sure if I was doing interviews. So give me 1 minute and I will just casually restart the stream.